Welcome to the podcast. First thing I do want to start off in mentioning is that I am completely sorry. I am sorry that I just like what's the word I'm looking for? I just don't. I'm just not just don't, but I'm sorry that I have not been doing reunifies this week. There hasn't been a single reunify this week. I know. And I want to say that I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry that there hasn't been a reunify on here. There just hasn't been a reunify. And because I have been planning, before we get into our podcast, I have been planning a big event that's happening next week. Planning the schedule, planning the games, and also being able to work on our vision. I finally uploaded that video if y'all want to be able to check that out. Our 6 points. These are our 6 points that we are going to try to cover mainly in 2022. This is what we are planning on doing. This is what we, goodness me, good gosh, do I have a burp coming or what? But this is our plans of how we're going to accomplish God. So I've been just focusing on that and focusing on our big Christmas party week. So I haven't been really streaming reunifies. I haven't really been even playing games because I just been planning and planning and planning. The last game I played was Tuesday night when we did our Tuesday night game night. But other than that, I have not played a game yesterday, nor have I played a game yet today. I don't know if I'm going to play a game today, but I've just been planning, just been working and all that stuff. So hopefully y'all can bear with me with all of that. Yeah, I just want to give y'all a heads up. But let's get into the podcast. What are we going to talk about today? The Boring Game Awards. Yeah, I'm starting off with the word boring. It was very boring. It was extremely boring. It was like so boring. It was hard for me to pay attention. It was that boring. It was just like it showed some good games. It did show some good games. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say that it actually showed some really good games. They might not really interest me. They not really have piqued my interest enough. Going like, yeah, I got to get this game, or I got to get this game. If I don't get this game, then I got to get this game. So it's some of the games looked alright. They look sort of fun. They look sort of cool in their way of doing it. The first thing that they showed off during the Game Awards is Tunic. It'll be for the Xbox. It looks like a Legend of Zelda clone, a little bit like Legend of Zelda. It looked fine. The graphic style looks fine. I don't know if it's a game for me, but it looks fine. The Expanse, Telltale series, great games from them. I'm not a big fan person of their games. I know they did Batman, I know they did Walking Dead, and all these series that they did not make, but they're making a game so that you can be in the story. The Expanse is Amazon. When I was first watching the Game Awards, when I was looking at it and going woo and all this, I didn't do a live reaction to it. Even though I was watching it sort of with Spirit, um, it looked fine. The story looked fine. Babylon's Fall it's by Platinum. Platinum makes some good games. Astral Chain, which I have for my Switch yet to play. Heard great things about it. So Babylon's Fall doesn't really look interesting. It kind of looked more a bit like Godfall. Um, when I was watching it, I was like, is this Godfall? Is this Godfall? Is this Godfall? Is this Godfall? This looks like Godfall. Is this Godfall? I heard terrible things about Godfall. Is this Godfall? So, moving on is the Thirsty Suitors. It looks stupid. It looks very extremely stupid. It's an indie game. Really can't explain it. I really can't really explain it. It's just called the Thirsty Suitors. I mean, just looking at the title alone. Another game that that I would say really interests me enough, but I was really intrigued at first of like what this is, you know. And it is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the video game. I have never watched the movie. I don't think I ever will watch the movie. I mean, I love horror games, but I don't like the movies. So it's just, I don't know if I ever want to watch the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I just don't. I don't think it's for me. I don't think I ever want to watch it. I don't think I ever want to see it. I'm pretty sure it's a good horror movie. I'm not going to see it. Moving on to the next game. Evil West. If you like those shooter metal rhythm games, something like that, then this is a game for you. It doesn't interest me. Next showed up King of Fighters. Now, I remember liking King of Fighters. I branch off of this series. It's a good fighting game, just like many with like Smash and Tekken, and I know I'm missing one. Street Fighter, all these great, and it looks just like that, but with King of Fighter characters. So I was like, all right. And then Monster Hunter Rise, the expansion pack. I heard great things about Rise. I do have Rise. I have not played Rise yet. I am slowly getting to it. I'm slowly but surely getting to it, but I heard great things about it. Now, this is a game that really interests me. This game really interests me, and it's called Have a Nice Death. At first, it showed this weird cinematic scene of this little, it looks like a little deaf child, and he's just at work, and he's just bored of it. I remember there was I think this was in the cutscene. I could be wrong. It's like, now it's time to count how many times people have died, and he just slammed his dead face on the desk, and I thought that was funny. So I'm like, oh my gosh, can people stop dying? I'm tired of counting and working. Just let me go. It's like, poor little guy. But the game overall, it looks like Hollow Knight, Ori-ish, those Metrovania, Castlevania type of games. That genre. And that is what I love. I love those type of genre. Metroid Dread, Ori games, the Hollow Knight, Ender Lilies, those great games. And I'm actually really interested in Have a Nice Death. I really am interested in it. This is what sucked. This sucked. This actually got me want to punch the screen. Jeff came out and said, this has not been leaked. No one was talking about it. And I was like, okay, show me the goods. All right, show me the goods. Show me what you got here. Show me what you got here, Jeff. And it was Persona 4 Arena. It was Persona 4 Arena Ultimax. And out of all the Persona games that it can do, it did that game. And it was like, I was like, why? I was like, why? Like, I would love to see a remake of Persona 3. Especially Persona 3. I think Persona 3 is the best one that I played. I haven't played 5. I think I played 4. But 3, I remember really loving 3. If I saw a full remake from the ground up, I would definitely pick up that game in a heartbeat. You know, like how I'm feeling with the GTA trilogy. You know, it's getting a lot of hate. Nobody really likes it. Everyone's despised of it. It's like, look at the graphics, look at the art style, look at the gameplay. And I'm still gonna get it. I'm still gonna, you know, get it. I'm still gonna get it. Regardless of what people said about the game, I'm still gonna get it. Then it showed Planet of Lana. It looks like a 2D game. Didn't show much. Looks cool. Then Hellblade 2 showed up. I haven't played the first Hellblade. It looks okay. I don't know if it's my cup of tea. It kind of looked a little bit like Attack on Titan a little bit, but that's about it. And then they showed Star Wars Eclipse. I'm going to say this right now. This may shock people. This may shock people, actually, about this game. I'm not fully a Star Wars fan. I know that's shocking. I have not, well, I've seen one of their movies because it was recommended to me to see if I will get into Star Wars. That's the only reason. So, it was the fourth movie, I believe. It was like Hope. That's all I remember. It was something Hope. It was something Hope. I think it was the fourth film. And it looked okay. It's Star Wars. I mean, I kind of was thinking it was the KOTOR remake. But no, it's the Eclipse. And I don't know if it's supposed to be open world Star Wars and Elder Scrolls like that. Because I know the Old Republic is still there. So, I'm not much of a Star Wars fan. It really didn't get me interested. And then a game, Wonder Woman. And I thought it was going to be Remake Batman or something like that, but it was Wonder Woman. And I was like, okay, cool. It didn't show much. And then Alan Wake. I heard great things about the game. I heard great, awesome things about Alan Wake. I never played Alan Wake. And then when a dude showed up to talk about Alan Wake 2, the sequel, he said it's going to be more horror based because the first one is like more action adventure with some horror elements. This is going to be a horror survival, so it's going into a different genre with the sequel. And to be honest, I like horror games. You know, I like horror games. So I was like, okay, this is okay, all right, cool. Then they showed Horizon Forbidden West. These are games that they showed. I'm going through the games that they showed, you know, and then go through why I don't like it, and then go towards the awards, with this whole podcast. Because I'm not going to sit here and watch another 3 hours and a half of this crap. I'm not. I'm sorry, I'm not. They showed Horizon Forbidden West. Cool. It's Horizon. I don't care. So, nah. Then something got me excited. Something that really got me excited. I've been waiting for it to not be exclusive anymore to the stupid PlayStation. I'm sorry for Sony fans out there. If you're listening in, I'm completely sorry. I know you like your PlayStation exclusives. I know you love them, but I was so excited to see Final Fantasy VII integrate coming to the PC, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's finally coming to the PC. And I was like, oh my gosh. They didn't show much, but I was actually excited. I was really excited. I was very excited. And then my boy Tunic. My boy Tunic came in. Not only do we get a game, but we also get a trailer for Sonic the Hedgehog 2, the sequel. And to be honest, I thought the original was fine. I wish I grew up with this movie instead of the terrible Mario movie. I wish I had this as my childhood. I really did. But it's not. I don't like it. But Sonic 1 was really good. And showing off the sequel, and apparently he was asking, "Who are you?" And he said, and Tails said, "I'm Tails." It feels like they never met, which that was interesting. I thought they would already met in Knuckles, so it feels like it's going off of like the original. Like before that they ever met and ever had content. Because if you remember the very first game, the very first Sonic game, Tails was not in it whatsoever. And nor did he go into the human. I don't think he went into the human world in the very, very first one. It did kind of remind me a little bit. Like I was getting a little bit of if y'all remember this Sonic X that happened like way back when. It's a great show. I can recommend it. It's a great show. I love Sonic X, and I'm excited for this movie. See Jim Carrey back as Dr. Robotnik or Dr. Eggman or whoever people want to call him these days. And I was like, oh my gosh, this looks really good. I probably want to see it. And it's coming out on April, I believe. And then not only did they show a movie, but they also showed a game, Sonic Frontiers. And I hate saying this. It looks like Breath of the Wild. I guess I feel like Breath of the Wild kind of made its own genre. You know, I feel like that's what it did when Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Even though I despise the game, I do not like the game. I don't think I can recommend the game because I don't like it. And it looked like open world Sonic, and I know it got a little bit of a bad rap, especially Colors Ultimate on Switch. However, I actually play Colors Ultimate on my Switch, and however, I did not have any issues I didn't have any issues that people may have. I didn't have a single one of those issues. I just didn't have any of those issues when I was playing Sonic Colors Ultimate. Like when I booted up on my Switch, I didn't have like any issues. I didn't have any single issues with this at all, period. So, but Sonic Frontiers, it looks okay. It looks like a Sonic game. I don't know if I'll pick it up. I mean, it looks fine. This game, they come out and did a whole concert. I forgot to tell y'all did some few concerts. And, they finally, after this was teased, it felt like years ago at this point, Cuphead, The Delicious Last Course. Now, I love Cuphead. I love the art style. The difficulty is there. It is very difficult. It is not the easy. It's definitely not the easiest game in the whole entire world. It's not. It's not. Let's be honest here. It really is not. It is not. And I was actually really excited. Like my eyes were like glued on the screen. I was like, Cuphead is back. Oh baby. Like I honestly like Cuphead. I never beaten Cuphead, however. I'm gonna say that from my experience right now with Cuphead. I never beaten Cuphead because it's insanely difficult. It is very difficult. It's like difficult of being difficult. You know, but it's fun. I love it. Even though it's difficult, I remember I still had a blast with that. And they finally showed more information, and not only that, the release date. And I believe it's in the summer or in April. I keep getting confused with the things, but I was like, oh my gosh, Cuphead is back, baby. Because I barely hear anybody plays Cuphead anymore, and this is gonna This is gonna be spreading some Cuphead love out there. I like Cuphead. Cuphead's great. And then they showed like a weird horror game. It was like a horror game. It's called Slitterhead, and it was really weird. It was like people with like mouths opening and like it's like I didn't know if I was supposed to be terrified of this game. It just I didn't know if I should be terrified of this game. It looks scary. It looks horror-ish. It looks okay-ish. But it's just I don't know. I would like more information about the game, but I don't know. And then they showed Lord of the Rings Gollum. I feel like Gollum, his eyes, just watching it. His eyes feel like they were big. It felt like they were like, whoo, you know. And I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, I like how they're going and telling the story of Gollum because you don't know what Gollum did during that whole entire time. So it's like really interesting in what Gollum did. You know, it showed a little bit in the movie and a bit in The Hobbit. But this is interesting. This is definitely interesting. Definitely 100% interesting. Definitely interesting. They showed Destiny 2 stuff. I don't care for Destiny 2. I don't think I ever will care about Destiny 2. Showed off Destiny 2, and Warhammer came out and showed like a few games. I've never been a fan of Warhammer games. I know they're kind of little, a bit strategy based. I think strategy based, or I could be completely wrong. I could be completely wrong, but I know they have Thermite 2 and Space Marine 2. And it doesn't really interest me. Then they showed Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. It looked alright. They showed some gameplay. It looked okay. It looks okay. It just looks okay. I mean, that's all I can say. I'm not a big... The thing about me is that I'm not a big DC fan. I'm not, I know people told me, oh, you need to go watch the Snyder Cut, Snyder Cut, or however you want to pronounce his name, and watch the Justice League. Because they tell me it's really good, you should get back into it. And then the new Batman movie that's coming out. So, I don't know if I should be hyped for DC. It just never did anything for me. And then the gameplay showed, and it looked okay. It looked fun. It looks okay. Then Forspoken, can't really say about it. Then Tichia, I remember seeing this game. I think it was during a PlayStation showcase. And it looks really indie with this art style. It looks okay. I don't think it's a game for me. And then I hated this right here. They showed off Fall Guys with Nightmare Before Christmas. I didn't like that. I didn't enjoy that one bit. I'm going to say that right now. I can say that right now, right? I really did not enjoy that one single bit. I didn't. I really didn't enjoy that whatsoever. It just, it looked, no. Can I say that now? No. Like, just no. You know? Just no. You know? Just completely no. So, just no. I didn't like that segment at all. No. I won't keep saying no. 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 Like, you're having one of the classic films butchered in Fall Guys. No, how about this? Let's not even go Fall Guys. With Fortnite, Chapter 3, you're ruining Spooderman. Like, I wish they could stop. I'm going to sit here and say it again. No. Just no. Like, it's just no. Just no. And then they showed off Saints Row Remake. It looks okay. I've never been a Saints Row fan. I know it's kind of Grand Theft Auto-ish with more of like fantasy elements, a little bit more of a fantasy element to it to make it differ from Grand Theft Auto, but it never really appealed to me. And then they showed off another musical. I know they showed up Sting, and they did a Cuphead musical, and then they showed up another musical, Doki Fee, and I don't even know what that is. I don't know what that is. Then they showed off Dying Light 2. It looks okay. It looks fine. I haven't played the first one. Heard great things about the first one. Does it interest me to get the first one? Probably not. And something stupid happened. You thought Fall Guys was stupid. You thought that was stupid? You thought that was stupid? How about Among Us VR? Yeah, how about we do VR for Among Us? Why? Why? Like, why? Like, my brain, I was in here I feel like pulling my hair out. I was like, why are you doing this? Why, oh, why are you doing this? Like, it's like, why? No, I'm gonna say it again. No, 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 no. Just no, no. Just no, no, no. It's a big no, no, no. It's a no, no, no. It's stupid. It is completely stupid. I'll say it again. It's stupid. It's stupid. And we're moving on. It's stupid. And then they showed Tiny's Wonderland. The first time I played Borderlands, someone recommended to me because I was really playing Fallout back then. And I was really into Fallout. I may not be into Fallout that much these days. I don't know if I just grew out of it or if I just got tired from it. And I can see where it was kind of similar in some areas. But I just couldn't get into it, and I only played the first one for like maybe a few hours, and that's about it, and I just didn't enjoy my time. I did re-get it for the Switch, the Legacy Collection, and I was like, I'm going to try it again. I want to see if there is something that I'm missing here, is there something that I'm missing here? And so far from watching all these trailers about Tiny Tina's Wonderland, I like her. She seems crazy. I like her character style and stuff like that. And they're playing in like a Dungeons and Dragons. I forgot what she called it. She called it something completely different in the trailer. I forgot what it was. It was like completely different. Yeah, totally forgot what she said in there. I totally forgot. Yeah, I totally forgot. They show some Genshin Impact. Cool, never interests me. Plague Tale. Cool, never interests me. Crossfire. I thought this was a Call of Duty ripoff, but it was Crossfire. But just moving on, that's pretty much all the games that they showed. Oh, they showed the Matrix. And overall, they showed a pretty good amount of games. But the thing with my issue with Game Awards, now we're going to go into the issue. And now we were just talking about the games, and now we're going into the issues. It shouldn't be 3.5 hours. It really shouldn't be. I feel like my life was just taken out of my soul from just watching it. Like, it was just getting boring. There was so many ads. So many ads. There was this couple. I think it's a couple. I'm not entirely sure. And they were like, "We come with you today. You don't want to miss out." And I'm like, I'm already watching it. Why do I need to watch it with you? Why? It's just like, why? And with the mobile games, oh my gosh. Like, do I want to play mobile games on PC? No, I do not. I don't want to despise mobile gamers. My girlfriend is a mobile gamer. She likes to play games on her iPad, which is fine. That is completely fine. But the thing about it is, the main thing about it is that it's just, no. You know, and it shouldn't have been 3. It felt like, how can I put this? It felt like an hour worth of ads. Like you could dumb the show down to like maybe an hour. And then not only that, they just went straight rapid fire through the awards. You know, best RPG of the game. Yeah, oh, we're on the next title. Best, you know, sound direction, art direction game. Da 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 da. Go. It's like the Game Awards. Like it feels like it's not about the Game Awards anymore. It really doesn't. Um, and Jeff, who runs the show, I don't think he's a bad guy. I don't. You know, everyone likes money. You know, that's just how the world is. Everyone likes that green moolah. You know, and we want that, that green moolah. But it was just, it was bad. It was extremely bad. You know, minus the games, I was hearing rumors of like, oh, they're going to show Breath of the Wild 2 and probably sell this stuff because they didn't do much for 35th anniversary for Legend of Zelda. And none of the big companies were there. They didn't show off some big exclusive. You didn't have Sony coming up saying, like, here's a big exclusive that never got leaked, or here comes Nintendo, big exclusive that hasn't been leaked. It felt like no one was there. None of the big gaming companies, the Microsoft, Xbox, Sony, PlayStation, and Nintendo, the ones that are manufacturing consoles. That's the only 3 big hitter consoles you see today. And they didn't do nothing for the Game Awards. And it's just like, it's sad. It's really sad. I feel like it's not Game Awards. Like the person, I voted for Village to be Game of the Year, and it didn't win. That's not what I'm upset about. I'm upset that he only got like 10 minutes. The person who won Game of the Year got only 10 minutes. Meanwhile, an ad can stay on the screen for like 10 freaking minutes. I am not even joking. Like the Game Awards is about awarding the people the games that were made, that were voted by the community of who could win in the Game Awards. Like for a family party, I voted for Mario Party. I thought that was a great family game, but it didn't win. Usually Nintendo wins every year with the family game category, and they didn't. So it's just, it wasn't that great. Do I recommend anyone watch the Game Awards? No. Am I going to watch the Game Awards next year? Probably not. I'm like, no. It felt like it started off strong. It did. In the pre-show, it started off a bit strong, and that's what I like. It started off strong, in the pre-show. And then it was just getting boring. I was getting bored a little bit, texting my girlfriend a bit here and there. I kind of felt a bit bored. And I was even talking to VC. I was kind of not even paying attention last night because it was feeling boring. It just didn't feel like Game Awards. Like, if you change the name, I think I'll be perfectly fine with it. Maybe. And get rid of, like, the ads. Like, that's insane. Like, I don't want to watch, like, if you go to YouTube and watch maybe like a 20-minute video and there's like 100 ads. No one's gonna watch that. No one's gonna watch that. No one's gonna watch that. Let's be for real here. No one's gonna watch that. So why would we watch that during the Game Awards? It's about the award. That developers work their butt off for this game to be able to be a nominee to win some of these awards, and it's like, It wasn't great. It wasn't great. It needs a lot of improving. I think Jeff needs to go back to the drawing board. But yet you kept telling me, because I would love for you to watch it, as a couple. That's what I wanted to do, babe. It wasn't worth the watch, to tell y'all the truth. It wasn't, I was even planning on streaming a live reaction to it, and I didn't. Well, I sort of did through Discord, sort of-ish, but you couldn't see my face, so it wouldn't have been a reaction. You could just hear my sound, of what I have to say. I was a little bit disappointed in the game of the year, the Game Award, the one game of the year, because I was like, I wanted Resident Evil Village to win. I really do, because I love the game. I really do. Village was a great game. I even had to wait until finals were over just to be able to play the game. Because I knew if I played it during finals week, I wouldn't pass the finals. So I really had to try so hard. And I voted for the game. I was mixed between that and Metroid Dread. And I'm glad Metroid Dread won. It won like some category. I think Action Adventure. I think it won that category. Unless that was It Takes Two. Psychonauts 2 didn't even win a single reward, nor Ratchet and Clank. Which, that's interesting. They didn't win a single reward. Which, now going back to it and thinking about it, that's a little bit interesting. Because I heard great things about those games. But yeah, that was the Game Awards summed up in, what is it, 36 minutes. I summed it up less than an hour compared to 3.5 hours. It feels good getting all that out of my system, though. Feels a little bit good. It gave me something to talk about too. It gave me a topic to talk about too. So that's good. That's good. That's good. That gave me a topic to talk about. So that's a bit good, right? And that's the big gaming news that happened this week. Other than that, nothing really. I know there's babe, since you're here, and for other people, there is a eShop sale going on right now. So if you want to go and check out the eShop sale, see what's going on there, go for it. Go for it. Just go for it. Just go for it. Just go for it. But yeah, nothing really happened. Nothing really happened this week in gaming besides the Game Awards, which I'm glad it gave me a topic to talk about. I am. I'm glad that it gave me a topic to really fully discuss about. But other than that, nothing is happening. I know Halo Infinite came out, the campaign, and honestly, there's good people enjoying it. And I kind of feel left out of the series, and I've been kind of thinking about it to go back into it. And I don't like because I feel like, how can I put this? I feel like modern gaming is not the best anymore, like it was in the old days. I just feel like some games wouldn't be great like it was in the old days. There's nothing wrong with modern games depending on the gaming company and the games, but like you're seeing scalpers and hard to get PlayStation 5 and Xbox. You see all of this, and it's just it's making it difficult to require a PlayStation 5 or Xbox. So, but other than that, nothing really, nothing really happened, besides the Game Awards that really sucked, this year. Yeah, beside it just sucking, but yeah, and that's pretty much all I have for the podcast. Sorry if this is a short podcast. And sorry that I haven't done Reunifies. I've just been working on our Christmas party week that will be going on next week, all throughout the week, Monday through Friday, with awesome Christmas stuff, with games, movies, and lessons, all kinds of cool stuff throughout the whole entire week. So, I really do hope to see y'all there. I have been planning, I'm still planning, coming up with ideas, coming up with stuff to do, and stuff like that. Coming up with games and all that stuff. Still working on the schedule. So, I don't know if I don't know if y'all be able to see the schedule by the ministry service. That might not happen. Yeah, that really might not happen. I might just tell y'all the schedule right on the day of the welcome. You know. Because I'm still working on it. I'm still putting in stuff. I'm still moving stuff around. So I might not have the schedule done by tomorrow night with the announcements. But if you'd like to be part of our Discord server, if you want to be able to hang out, have some fun, fellowship, ask questions, it's a small community. It's a family community. If you want that, there you go. Well, not only with that, we do have our movie night tonight. Yes, our movie night. And it is the Christmas Story. This is going to be my first time watching the Christmas Story. I have never seen the Christmas Story before. I know people say it's a classic. I heard good things about the Christmas Story. And tonight will be my very first time watching the Christmas Story. So if you would like to come to those, they will be in the Discord link that I just sent to you in the chat. And you are welcome to come and VC if you just want to hang out and chat and just, there's Mac already in the podcast. Welcome to come to the end of the podcast. But I hope to see y'all there. And also, before I end this, if y'all have any topics that y'all would love to submit, whether it's about the Bible or movies, games, comics, news, anything, as long as it's appropriate, you can always submit that topic to me. And also, if you would love to be part of these podcasts, and maybe you just don't want to hear my voice and my opinion, and you want to listen to someone else's opinion, then jump into the VC whenever we start doing these podcasts. Just jump in the VC when this podcast starts, and you'll be in the podcast if you would love to do so. But with all that being said, maybe we can hang out to a movie or come to the movie. But I will be here tomorrow night for a ministry service. And do not forget, our Christmas party week will be here streaming. And also, it will make up for me not streaming this week. So that's going to be a big week for us. And hopefully to support our vision. Like I said, go watch that video if you want to hear the main 6 points of what we are planning to do and accomplish for God's kingdom and to glorify God. So, yeah. But with all that said, I hope that y'all have a great day, great night, and yeah, for some of y'all that's listening on YouTube on Tuesdays, next week we might watch Jack Frost. I'm not entirely sure. It depends on the poll. And also, if you're watching this on YouTube, we'll be already doing a Christmas party week on stream. Just letting you know that right now. But until then, take care, and all that stuff. And I will see you guys and girls next time.